Hey, critics. First, I want to say congratulations to the WNBA New York Liberty team on their championship win. Y'all, they are the 2024 WNBA champions after beating the Minnesota Lynx 67-62 in overtime. Congratulations again to the New York Liberty team. I believe this is your first win. Plus, aren't y'all one of the original WNBA teams? Go on, girls. Do your thing. And speaking of doing their thing, congratulations are also in order for Meg Thee Stallion. She has just released a brand new documentary on Amazon Prime. She's also on page 31 of the magazine I'm going to be featuring today. In the magazine, she says that she's both nervous and excited about the documentary, but the internet, y'all, is all over this right now. And while I've watched some, I have not watched all, but I'm going to say this. Ever since Megan tried to cover for this man, she has been catching hell. And side note, y'all, agree with me or not, if I ever slept with somebody and they turn around and they shoot me, I don't remember what we did before you shot me, but I do know that you shot me. Hello. She's also suing y'all YouTuber Milagro Grams, aka Mob Radio, for sharing fake information about her. My goodness, y'all, what a time. But this time, y'all, let's go black on the inside of Us Weekly's November 4th issue. Halle Berry is on page 2, seen getting her own groceries in Beverly Hills. But what I've noticed the most is how many young stars have paid homage to the actress this Halloween, including the Little Mermaid herself, Halle Bailey, who dressed up in the iconic orange two-piece bathing suit, topped with the classic short cut. Now, I do wonder, how was you able to get all that hair to look that flat under that? You know, I'm just nosy. I want to know, girl. I want to know. And looking good. You are looking good, Miss Bailey, okay? Side note, though, I also liked the look that you did with your son. Y'all did the Lilo and Stitch costume. It was so adorable. And I know that you're also apparently going through a breakup with DDG. So I'm hoping that, you know, you're keeping your heart open and your options as well. But you do look like you're enjoying life, regardless of what we know on the inside or not. So keep enjoying life, girl. And singer Tyler was looking cute and petite as Pebbles, which is one of the characters, of course, that Halle Berry played when it was the Flintstones. Now, the one that took the cake for me, though, it was the Coyle Ray. She nailed it as Catwoman, but as I've been told by another critic, you know, it's kind of easy to do Catwoman, but I don't know if I agree or not, but it was the one that I liked probably the most out of all of them. Additionally, I just want to say, if it's uploaded on time, y'all, happy Halloween to those who celebrate, and also happy Fall Fest to those who don't. Y'all, Drake is featured on page 4 with his full-size basketball courts inside of his house. The article reads that the rapper is such a basketball fanatic that he has an NBA regulated basketball court inside his $100 million, 50,000 square foot Toronto manor. Okay, then. The arena is also crowned by a 21 square foot pyramidal skylight. Shout out to the skylight. And it's supposed to be adding like a different ambiance to the space. I'm sure it just kind of feels more open too, right? Not that you need to feel more open on the court like that, but shout out to a court that's that professional. Okay, I'd love to play on the court. Zendaya, as well as Ayo Edebiri, as well as Susan Watson, they're all serving bubble hem looks there on page 7. If you want to know who wore it best, page 9 features Laverne Cox wearing a black Mugler dress. And although the magazine does not agree, I believe that she actually wins the look, at least for me. And the Queen of Christmas, and although we are still in the not yet hour, I don't know if by the time I upload this, we'll still be in the not yet hour, but Mariah Carey, she's talking overhead lighting and just how much she hates it, y'all. Now, I can agree with that part, but I can also, can y'all agree that I believe that Mariah Carey is the diva that never disappoints? Is she not? Never. Ever since y'all, I've seen this woman working out in heels when I was growing up, right? On MTV, I think it was MTV Cribs or whatever that she was showcasing that. This woman, she was working out on the treadmill in heels. Y'all, I've always enjoyed how entertaining Mariah Carey is. Now, side note, I know y'all heard about her ex-husband, Nick Cannon, who sounded like he was just kind of insecure about the fact that his wife had his stuff together. But Nick, you knew that the job was hard when you took it. But you wanted it and you married her. So you got it. And you also got twins. And I don't feel bad for you because you know that you couldn't get it until you got married. So shout out to Mariah for making them put a ring on it. Hello. And country artist Shabuzi, he might receive some DMs from his admirers, but he said he usually avoids it and he does not open them. Yeah, Shabuzi, don't give into it. Don't give into it, but you don't have to because ain't you kind of taken right now, or at least being photographed as taken? You don't need to be answering no DMs anyway. The stars showed their fifth grade side on page 18 and 19, and it includes former NFL star Chad Johnson, who just went through a public breakup with his girl, Sherelle Rosado. He is a free man. That's what she said, boo. Them not my words, them hers. So if you want him, you can go get him. You know, he also does that show with Shannon Sharp. I can't remember the name of it as of right now, but it's like a sports show that they do in addition to Shannon Sharp doing his own show as well. So yeah, actually it's a pretty good show. A lot of people actually tune into the show that him and Chad Johnson, excuse me, as well as Shannon Sharp does together. But I never like to hear of heartbreak no matter what happens. Yeah, so hopefully you are able to heal and move forward. Not only you, but also Sherelle as well. And Sherelle, when y'all coming out with another show? Ain't you on that flip show, a show about the house stuff in Tampa or somewhere in like South Florida? Girl, we want it back. Where's that? And y'all, if I'm missing something, y'all let me know. Put it down below. Put it in the comments below if I'm missing something, okay? Listen, I gotta say this to y'all because I was able to discover this on my little time off. So thank y'all so much for your patience. Garcelle Bouvet, she's showcased in the Terry McMillan movies. And remember, I told y'all, I said I can't watch it until I get a lifetime subscription. Well, guess what? I was on Hoopla, which is a free library resource that I have. You know, I always encourage y'all here at the Critic Chronicles to get your library card. Well, the Terry McMillan movies, the two that she did, they are actually, y'all, believe it or not, on Hoopla. So I was talking all of this smack about, I gotta wait until I get my lifetime subscription. No, I don't, because both of them are on Hoopla. The first Terry McMillan movie, the one that features Garcelle, it's called Tempted by Love. Be sure to look that up. And also the movie that it's with Taye Diggs as well as Megan Good. Both y'all are great watches. If you watch the one with Taye Diggs and Megan Good, be prepared for just some heart moments, just some deep felt heart moments. And the one with Garcelle, I think is a lot more lighthearted. You know what I'm saying? It's about, in my opinion, it gives you a little bit different of how Stella got her groove back, more of like the woman going back to her small town, being driven around by the young man, and then all of a sudden he's like, I like you, and she's like, baby. And then all of a sudden, yeah, that's all I'll say about that part. And I will admit to you, the Taye Diggs and Megan Good movie, it really did touch my heart in on another level. And then seeing Megan Good actually as a mommy, you know, she's not a mom in real life as in terms of what we know. I consider motherhood to be anyone who has been with child or carried a child. So it doesn't matter to me. Some people don't open up and say those things, but seeing Megan Good in the role of actually being a mama, I'm like, okay, Megan, but I still want to know what happened between you and that ex-husband of yours. And I don't care what the critics say. I don't care if they tell me to get over it. Anytime somebody write a book and tell me about the wait, I still want to know why the wait is over. Tell me. Don't let me in and then try to take me out of the chat. You didn't already let me in the chat, baby. Keep me there. I want to know what's going on. Now, both, again, are great watches, but also Hoopla is accessible through your local library. All you need to do is get your library card, and if you're not able to find it, check with your local librarian and see what's going on, and see if you don't have it, can you get it? Comedian Ron Funches, he is in a red suit. They're featured as a young child. They are featuring all of the folks there when it comes to the fifth grade people. Basically just kind of some throwbacks of some of our favorite stars there, including Nicole Byers. She grew up in New Jersey, nailed her fifth grade photo with pigtails and a bright yellow bow. I don't even know if everybody's in the fifth grade. I will say that the one with Garcelle, I'm thinking about the football player's wife that's pregnant right now. Well, I'm sorry, ex-wife that's pregnant right now by the trainer. Okay, anyway, yeah, okay, sorry about that. But Garcelle is actually, she looks like she's maybe in high school with her photo that's in the magazine. Yeah, Nicole Richie is also on page 23, looking spooky at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights. Heard great things about that classic park during that time, and I did go once. I didn't love it because I don't like to be scared, y'all. But guess what? If you like to be scared, it's one of the greatest places to be during that time. I love a few Halloween movies, though. I have to admit that, including Scary Movie. Heard they're about to do like the sixth, I think, Scary Movie. I support that, and apparently so does Dionne Warwick. I also like Hocus Pocus, because who can't like Three Witches? Come on now. Hocus Pocus, Hocus Pocus. And of course, the classic Tales from the Hood. I hope that y'all have seen Tales from the Hood. Yes, it is a classic to the culture, in my opinion. I don't know if folks say that for real, but in my opinion, Tales from the Hood, you gotta watch that. Now, growing up, y'all, my mama, she actually liked Tales from the Crypt Keeper. She likes scary movies in general. Also, the classic Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone, though, always comes on. I think it's like AMC, one of those channels or so. As we kind of TV sort of changes, I can't really confirm that anymore. But I remember, I believe it was AMC every year, y'all. They used to have this long marathon of nothing but Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone and Tales from the Crypt Keeper. That little skeleton. Oh, Lord. Oh, let me get out of the Halloween spirit. It's almost time for Christmas, y'all. The Real Housewives of Atlanta star Drew Sidora. She's looking nice in black lace at the Reality Stars of the Year party. And the Housewives spread does continue throughout page 27. Then you have, of course, the couple's takeover. They're on page 28, and it features John Legend and wife Chrissy Teigen, who say their secret to a marriage is their genuine friendship. Genuine. Okay, well, I will admit to you, sometimes you never know until it's over, but we will believe you for now and just say that I do like the fact that John Legend wrote that lullaby album for his it's generally for everybody, but also for his daughter, for his children as well. And it's also available on Hoopla, so you can also look that up as well. And of course, gotta talk a little bit about that Victoria's Secret show. It did return, as I said before, if you remember, on the August the 25th episode, I talk about the change of the CEOs, not only at Victoria's Secret, but also the fact that they poached the Savage Fenty CEO in order to bring her over to Victoria's Secret. I'm talking about they did this within like it wasn't very long. Like, I think it took her like a couple of months she was there. And then she had to put on this Victoria's Secret show, probably. But let me tell you, the part that I love the most was Tyra Banks closing it out with her juicy thighs and her big hair. Go ahead, Tyra. Now, be mad at me, but I really did want Tyra to let it all out. I wanted her to have some sort of a dress sort of on, maybe something like long, but then like high slits on the side showing the curve. Come on now. I'm just telling you what I wanted. What Tyra did wear, it was still nice. You know what I'm saying? But I think they could have did a little bit better than that. Now, Tyra Banks, of course, closing out the show. For me, personally, love that part of the show. It was epic. I did have a chance to watch it live, actually, and I was going to come on after that. But my energy wasn't where it needed to be. So that's what's been happening the past couple of weeks, y'all. My energy wasn't where it needed to be. And I was like, you know what? Let me just take a step back. And I did. And Alfonso Ribeiro, he's on page 51 discussing his life in food, including the meal that he ordered on his first date with his wife at Mr. Chow, and his love for ribeye steak, as well as grapes, which is one of his favorite snacks. Riri, if you don't know, shout out to her. She's the brand new face of J'adore. And it shows, y'all. It's on page 52 if you want to check that out. She's also just released the cutest photos with her son on Instagram, and it gives I'm doing rich shit. Pretty bitch. Let me watch my language. Y'all, okay? Speaking of language, y'all, Netflix is releasing a flick on November the 6th called Meet Me Next Christmas. And this flick is going to be featuring Christina Milian as well as Duvall Ellis. Shout out to both of them, and also shout out to anybody who has a birthday. Scorpio season is approaching us, and page 58 features the beautiful SZA. Now that I'm back, y'all, I will be posting a little bit more. And thank y'all again for your patience. And thank you for tuning in to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel, where you get commentary, reviews, and tabloid news.